It's Saturday, October 5th, 2024, and I'm here in the shop because it's raining out today, and the video you're going to see of the tiny house in the following pictures, they were taken yesterday on October 4th. And so we're continuing with the tiny house build. We're putting up the sheet metal now. We decided to use corrugated steel for the siding. It's the same material you would use for a steel roof, and so it's a little bit of a challenge because the tiny house is so tall, but I do have scaffolding, and that makes the job a little easier. And I've been making templates to get accurate cuts when I have to get around doors and windows and so forth, get the proper fit. That works out better than just trying to trust measurements. So I'm going to show you that in just a moment. But today it's raining, so right now I'm in the shop, and well, see behind me, I've been working on shop organization. Something I don't get a chance to do very much these days. So I've got charging stations mounted on the wall for my different batteries, for battery powered tools, shelves to hold batteries, another set of shelves to hold some fasteners, and well, you can see what's up here. And so I have a lot more to go, and that's what I'll be doing today. However, so right now I'm going to end this. I'm going to go into my office and I'm going to start editing this video so I can get it posted later today, hopefully, or tomorrow morning. And so I hope you give me a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps a lot. Comment if you will. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Well, you can see here that I have a template that I made using 2-inch wide strips of very thin Luan. I call them door skins. It's the very thin stuff you make hollow doors from. Local lumberyard has it. It's pretty cheap. And that way there, I take down the template, put it against the metal, and that guarantees me a pretty good fit. So I have the steel panels, corrugated steel panels, laid out on sawhorses here. And what I do is I take the template that you just saw on the wall, and I lay it across the top of the panel, and you can see some marks here. I just, you know, where there's going to be a window or something, I draw it in. In fact, you can see the used templates just piled up here. And so I use a combination of hot glue, staples, and duct tape to hold them together, and it seems to work pretty well. But the big problem is when you're trying to draw a straight line across the corrugated steel. So I'll show you what I do here. You can see this is a scrap piece, and the bottom edge is a factory cut edge. I know it's straight, and I line that up with my marks that I made from the template, and then I tape it down, and then I just take a Sharpie and run it across. It goes up and down the ridges, and so it's straight when I go to cut it. And these panels are they're basically the same thing as roofing panels, and we're just using that for the siding. And you can put them vertically, you can put them horizontally. People do it different ways. We just elected to do it vertically, and it's fairly inexpensive compared to a lot of the other siding materials that we looked at. And there's a company run by some Amish folks in Unity, Maine, called Metals Unlimited, and their prices are better than anybody's around, and they provide first-class service. They're very good people to deal with, and We've purchased materials from them before, and so that's where we got this stuff, and we'll be doing business with them again. Now I can get set up to start cutting the panels. I have my saw guide in place, and sort of a poor man's track saw, and I got this idea from a guy named Nick Ferry. He has a YouTube channel and under that name, Nick Ferry. If you want to look up some of the good stuff he does, he basically makes sets for theaters and that kind of thing. And so I got the idea from him, and it works pretty good, and it's a lot less expensive than going out and buying a track saw, that's for sure. Although that would be nice if I could afford one. It's just a piece of MDF over a thin piece of plywood, and the saw just runs right along it. The edge goes right along the marks that I made on the metal. And don't forget your PPE. I just have an abrasive cutoff wheel in my circular saw. So now that I have this end cut off, I have to do a little bit of deburring. So I use a combination of 4.5 inch grinder with a 4.5 inch grinding disc, and I just lightly touch it because I don't want to cut into this thin sheet metal. I just want to nick the heavy burrs and stuff that might still be on it, and then I do a little touch up with just a file, just by hand, and that usually finishes it up, and it's less likely somebody's going to get cut on a sharp edge. So I'll do that real quick, doesn't take long. That's all that's really required, beyond just a little touch up with the hand file. Have any sharp burrs. So I made my cross cuts with my circular saw and the abrasive wheel that I have in it, the cutoff wheel, and now I'm going to use this battery operated nibbler. The nibbler, just as the name implies, it nibbles away the metal as I cut out the rest of this metal here to make clearance for the window. Alright, you just have to clean up that one corner, deburr it, and then this panel will be ready to install.